Awesome, guys. Welcome back to the Keys and Closing podcast. Today we got special guests Avery Cox and Haley Parker. Thanks for joining us today, guys. First off, where are the areas you guys kind of service around the Kansas City area?
I personally am only licensed in Missouri, so anywhere on the Missouri side, I am happy to help and will be there.
Yeah, so I'm licensed in both Missouri and Kansas, so I service anywhere in the Kansas City metro area as far as Zona Rosa down to Harrisonville and even farther. Um, yeah. So that's
Yeah, we're seeing the market, it's moving. Would you say about right now is kind of a good time to buy? What do you kind of think on that?
I would say right now is a good time to buy as the Federal Bureau.
Continue.
Yeah, they had a meeting and then they had dropped interest rates. So, really, while the interest rates have dropped, everybody should kind of hop on that now because as time goes on, they will start to fluctuate. So, if people can hop on that as of now, that is then going to build your equity. While interest rates go back up, you're building equity in a home that you own.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to say the most salesy thing ever. It's always a good time to buy. That's what every realtor says. So it's always a good time to buy.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off you guys there. And the reason most realtors will always say it's a good time to buy is for the fact that it simply is. We see over every year the housing prices grow on a percentage point of 5%. Every year, the equity that you have in your house or the value of your house is going up by 5%. So when these ladies here say, hey, now's a great time to buy, over the history since 2008, it has always been a good time to buy because if you wait a year, the value of that house will go up 5%.
And the longer you sit in your renting and you're continuing to almost throw away money you could have been building equity that whole time. So it sounds like such a big step, but when you actually buy and you sit in that house for 5 years, you're getting back money the whole time. And let's say you did buy the house and that wasn't where you wanted to stay forever and you wanted to move out of state. You would keep the house, rent it out, and you're continuing to just build equity and make money at the same time. So it really is always a good time to invest in real estate.
As younger realtors, as younger lenders, we often see there's a stigma around us. What's the value point that we can provide as younger professionals in the industry?
Um, I mean, whenever you have an older agent they're just gonna put a sign in the yard. Whereas like we're gonna work our ass off and can I cuss on here? We're gonna work our ass off and I'm gonna hold that house open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single day until it's sold. And you just won't get that value with an older realtor who has, 20, 30 listings. That's kind of a lot for just in general. But, say they're working with 20 buyers and 20 listings at the same time. They're not going to have time for you. Whereas us younger realtors, we have a lot more time to, we don't have as many clients as them just because they've been in it for so much longer than us. So we're still building our sphere of influence and our clientele. So we have the opportunity to work harder for you. We're going to be there. We're going to answer the phone at midnight. We're going to do everything we can to help you.
I agree with that. I think just being young, we do have the time, but I think it's also the point that just being young, we're still trying to prove ourselves to those older agents, to everybody that's around us that have been in the game for so much longer. So, with that added pressure onto us, we're ready to work. We're ready to work 10 times harder than everybody in the game because our biggest thing is proving it to you that we can do this, we are knowledgeable, and we have the skills. So, realistically, we do also have more time, which is good because we don't have as many calls or this or that or a whole, like, all the things. But we're determined to making sure that we get this transaction done perfectly because that's where we're trying to get. And though we may not be there today, after we do one or two, three, four, or five, we will be there. And we also just got out of school, so we just did all the school. We have the newest information. We have all of this stuff. So whereas they haven't taken that class in 20 years or something like that. We just heard all of that. It's still fresh in our brain, all of the things. And so I do think going the younger route and watching us grow while we get to help you grow is honestly an advantage, I think.
Yeah. No, I'd have to agree. Now, circling back to, is it a good time to buy? Would you guys say it's a good time to sell?
Yes. I'd say it's a good time to sell, yeah. I mean, okay, I think that this could be contradicting. A lot of agents say never sell, keep it, let it keep building equity. But I say if you really want to invest your money, invest into vacant land. There's no properties, you don't have to fix it, you don't have to go and deal with repairs. Or, oh, my roof just got old, I gotta replace it. Or the AC went out. You don't have to deal with that with land. And land will always, always, always gain equity, and it will continue to get more expensive because no matter what, as we develop all the land around us, the land is just going down. We're getting less and less land. So invest in land and sell the house. Get rid of the house, invest in land, I think.
I would say it's always a good time to sell if it's a good time for you. Say you need to upsize and sell your current house because your current house is just isn't working for you anymore. So then it is a good time to sell, or if you need to downsize, and it's always a good time if it's a good time for you, I think. I don't know.
I think that's a good answer.
It's kind of a hard question.
That is a hard question.
Yeah. I really think the land thing, though. I really do believe that. Like, I really, 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 really do. Because who wants to deal with problems? I don't want to deal with problems. Your husband doesn't want to come home and have to fix the door because the handle won't work. I promise, okay? So I always think it's a good time to sell money in your pocket, and you could go invest that elsewhere. And all I'm hearing is more money in your pocket, really.
Yeah. We are living in a renting culture, as you guys will know. A lot of people believe that it is easier to rent than it is to buy a house. The front loaded costs that come with buying a house is kind of terrifying. Do you believe that it makes more sense to buy?
I personally, yes, just because I see the value in it. I understand completely where people are coming from when they say they want to rent, because I mean, your AC broke, your washer broke. You don't have to deal with that. But also, you're paying someone else's mortgage. I would rather be paying my own mortgage and be building equity in my own home rather than paying someone else to pay their mortgage. So I mean, I understand why people want to rent and why it is a good thing. And it definitely is a good thing for certain people at certain times in their life. But eventually I think that you need to, well, you don't need to, but I think it's definitely a really good idea to build yourself. Because when you're renting, if you rent your whole life, you don't have anything to give to your kids, to the future, they don't have, you're kind of setting yourself up and your future kids for not success. What's the word I'm trying to think of? You're kind of setting them up for failure. So
There's no generational wealth.
exactly, yeah. And I think that is a very, very, very valuable thing to have. And it's something that like you can't just, I don't know. It's just something you can't, not necessarily, because I mean, you can buy it, but it's not, generational wealth is not something you can buy necessarily, because it needs to be built, I guess is a better way to say that.
I think that in the time, so I went to this gala for Healing House, and which is an addiction treatment center, and one of the people was speaking on their story and how they have gotten a sober lifestyle and just kind of how they've gotten there. And the next step in his life is he wanted to have something that was his, all his. It had his name on it, and that's the main thing. Is when you're renting, it's not yours. It feels like your home, but it truly will never be yours. If you wanted to paint the cabinets, you couldn't do that. They won't let you. You wanted to change something in the house, they won't let you. Then it also comes with the pro if you own that you are building that equity. I sound like I'm on loop, but you're building that equity, and truly after 5 years you're going to have $40,000 when you sell that house, or you could rent it out and be making. Whoever's renting it out from you could start paying you for your mortgage, and then you don't even have a house payment anymore. So you can't do that when you're renting. There's things about renting that are nice. When it's nice that somebody comes and will shovel the area for you when it snows. They pour out salt. They come get your trash. All of the things, but you're just paying somebody else. Why pay somebody else when you could pay for your own thing, make it yours, personalize it, and really make it a home, not a house, a home. And I think that's why you should buy.
That was a great answer, by the way. That was a really good answer. Why did you guys get into real estate? I know everybody has their different stories, but what is your reason?
I suck at school. I did not want to sit in a classroom for 4 years. I mean, even the 2 weeks of real estate school, I struggled 8 to 5 o'clock every single day for about 2 weeks. I don't do well in a classroom. I don't do well listening to people. I don't do well. And also, you're your own boss. I do not, I know this about myself that I am not someone who likes authority. I don't like being told what to do. So, being able to have my own business and be my own boss and dictate my own time and so just that in general. And I also have a passion for interior design. I did go to college for that. And so I studied interior design in college, and that kind of was just a natural segue into real estate. And yeah, and that's kind of why. And I mean, I like the fact that it's kind of uncapped. You work as hard as you want, and you make as much money as you want to make. So I mean, if I don't want to work, then I won't make money. And if I want to make money, I'll work. So, yeah.
Fair. I got into real estate. I've kind of always had the dream that I wanted to. When my parents got divorced in 5th grade, I was like, when we moved, I just had said from then on that I wanted to be a real estate agent. I actually last night read through my 7th grade note to my senior self. And in that note, isn't this crazy? In that note, I was like, did you become an insurance sales agent or did you become a real estate agent? So I've always had the idea that I wanted to do this, but I kind of chose it more because, like Haley had said, it's uncapped. I like the fact that I will see how much hard work I put in. So if I just laid in bed all day and did nothing, then I wouldn't ever see anything come out of it. But if I got up, did the things, did the work, put in the time, put in the effort, then it would show. And that's kind of a proving it to myself kind of thing. And also, anybody that's ever prayed on my downfall, I will be seeing you at the top, and I will be see you later. So that's really my big thing, honestly. I want to be able to prove to myself that I can do it, and everybody that prayed on my downfall, I want to prove to them that I can do it too. Because when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Fire.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Would you guys have any final thoughts?
I don't think so.
You should give me a call if you're renting right now.
Yeah, my phone number is 816-885-8325.
We can have a great conversation, trust me. Yes, and if you need a commercial property, let me know.
Awesome, guys. Well, that was Avery Cox and Haley Parker. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Dude, I